We're live.
Ta-da! A dinosaur story. Welcome.
Oh,
Hello.
That
I've
doesn't
got to
work.
do it now because I have to let you to do it at the at the midway because you're the one like leading in and doing all the stream stuff, so I can't interrupt you in that one, I feel like. It feels wrong.
That hasn't stopped
Uh,
you ever, so I don't know why it suddenly feels wrong now.
I have morals. They're in there somewhere. Sometimes, occasionally.
so they're also
Welcome.
inconsistent.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
exactly.
say seems sus to me.
Welcome to this game of Werewolf the Apocalypse. I'm Mara, your storyteller for the evening, and joining me today are Sen,
I'm Sen. I'm playing Wolfik Volkov, the uh, alpha, air quotes, Hamid Arun Silverfang.
leading so well so far. It hasn't even been a full day yet.
Nope.
We
And
did well. I don't know
He's
what you're
he's
talking
he's
about.
just got to get a feel for how everybody works, and apparently
mhm,
explosives is how everybody works.
yep. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Julia
Hi, I'm Julia,
oh,
and I am.
or Sally.
No, it's Julia today.
Okay.
I'm Julia, and I am playing Dapple, the Black Fury Lupus, or the Lupus Black Fury Galliard.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Asa, daughter of Hecate, who is a Hamid Third Fianna, and Mara will hopefully be grateful that I am not going to try to figure out how to do the new accent I know. Um, with this particular character.
The
Oh
new
boy, I
accent,
don't know
you
what you're
know?
referring to, but I have a
I
fear.
didn't know
I
you knew new
developed a new
accents.
accent. I
Okay.
developed a new accent on Monday's stream.
Okay.
And it's surprisingly effective, yes. But I think you would figure out how to reach through the screen to murder me.
Okay. Interesting. Fascinating. I'm very curious.
I'll have to go watch the
Uh,
Monday game and see what you're talking
yeah.
about.
And William or Shadi.
Hi, I am William Orshani, and I'm playing Eileen Smoke Baird, the Homid Shadow Lord for Ragabash.
And last but not least, Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I desperately want to hear that accent. And I am playing Juniper. She is Metis Philodox Stargazer.
There we go. You don't need to hear the recap. You can just go and like open another tab and just put that in. It's gonna be short though, so don't take too long.
I legitimately asked Jeremy on that game if they had picked that accent because it was an accent they could do, and they said that it was the first time
No,
they had ever done it.
it was legitimately the first time that I had ever tried it.
And it was like, you are doing surprisingly well.
Mara, what was the name of your werewolf from the Las Vegas Chronicle?
Uh,
Alex.
yeah, Alexandra.
What was her deed name?
Boxcars.
Okay, no, was that? I thought that was just what Sal called you, but yeah, no. Sorry. For some reason, I keep thinking Juniper is a name we've
No,
used
so
already, but it isn't.
nope.
I do too. I think
Juniper was an NPC in that game.
Maybe
that's
maybe
why.
that's why.
Yep. She was like the like leader of the little cairn we were all in.
I just like the name.
No, it's
No,
fine.
no,
It's just taking a
it's
thing
a
in my
good
brain,
name.
and
I'm
I'm just trying to figure
sorry.
out why
I
it's
will
taking a thing in my brain.
No,
next time I will have a list of names to give you all.
I
We can
fully
all
agree with
vote.
you, Sen. It's because it is a werewolf game,
Yeah.
that Holly is in, and there was an NPC named Juniper, and
Yeah, it's just
well,
triggering in the brain.
I
Is all.
forgot
Dakota.
that.
Obviously, that character was Dakota. We all know that.
Yeah.
If that character had been named Juniper, I would not have been surprised at all. That is a very,
Yeah.
very Juniper's feeling person.
That's just yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
just brains doing brain things. It's not
yeah.
anything that you've done.
Nothing
Holly.
on you. You're fine. It's our weird ass brains.
Yeah.
I can switch names
Nope.
if you need
What did
me
I-
to.
No,
What
that
did I-
feels like a very
What did I just say, Holly? Were you listening at all?
No,
No.
not really.
No.
This is questions that I have to ask my daughter because Beatrice also just doesn't listen to the things I say.
I mean, you could just fuck with us further and do rename it, but rename her to Dakota.
Oh boy.
Spirit of Dakota has possessed Juniper.
Oh no.
Anyways, what are we
Black
doing?
Lives Matter, trans rights are
Yes.
humans' rights, and this is a horror game. Things may happen that are disturbing. In that case, go pet a puppy. These are not hot puppies. These are werewolves. They're dangerous and full of teeth.
Legitimately, that is my favorite disclaimer that is done on a Final Show film stream.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Last time in ye old London, though, with an E on the end.
On
Of
the end
old,
on
not
the end of
Arson.
London, right?
Yeah. Otherwise it'd be London, which is a really that's something. I don't know what it is, but
Not
it's something.
good.
I'll have to think about
Not
it.
good is the answer.
You don't want to
Yeah.
condone something like that. It's,
Mm.
Really?
Arson happened. Violent
Yes, it did.
arson. To
is there a
a
non-violent
penta-
arson?
Yes, there's like arson you do for insurance fraud.
I feel like that's still violent arson, given that you are still burning a house down.
No, not if like that's. Listen, this is a philosophical discussion that should happen off stream.
There was, to the best of our knowledge, not people inside this factory.
There were people inside. The factory was running.
No, yeah, we actively
It
did
was
not give
during
a
a
fuck about
like
the
a
people that were in
shift
the factory at the
change.
time we burned it down.
There are, as far as Asa knows, no people in that factory.
Yeah, that's what
Anymore,
happens
yeah.
when you just sort of
Yeah.
close your eyes and go, nah.
Hey,
Can't
listen.
tell.
There were extenuating circumstances.
The person with the brain
It's-
wasn't there. Yeah.
It's fine. They're just humans.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean,
They're
as far
just
as the-
humans.
As far as the litany is concerned.
Like,
Speaking of the litany, there we go. I can say words. It wasn't broken this time.
Yep.
Sure wasn't.
Congratulations. And you did it with the minimal amount of tipping off the pentex, etc., to your presence. So that was very well done. However, in the process of doing this, a certain promise was made to a certain gaggle of fairies, who are approximately, for Sen's benefit, because I realize I didn't say this, half a foot tall, wielding tiny toothpick spears, and they have blue wings, and swear quite frequently.
Are they visible to me right now?
They are. They're not visible because you're in the reel right now. They're on the other side.
Are we all in the reel?
Yes.
Having reconvened after burning a factory down, yes.
Mm-hmm.
and punching out a beta.
She got better.
Look, we're not
Yeah.
getting into that right now because otherwise that'll end up with the beta punching you out.
Listen, you want to punch someone for doing the right thing, you go right ahead.
There's some explosions. It sounds like glass. Some yelling from inside.
Right, we should go. Can you send the cart away?
The carriage.
The carriage. Cart, carriage. The us carrier. Can you send it away?
Didn't we leave it not a long way away from here?
We're right at it right now.
Yep.
Oh.
Also,
so-
Eileen
wait,
had to fuck off because her clothes got burnt in the bargain,
Yeah.
so...
I'm confused because I thought we
that's
left
right.
the carriages in Fulham. Oh, no. Wait.
Yes.
Yeah, we left the carriages in Fulham and then walked the rest of the way because we didn't want the carriages to be nearby.
Yes, that is correct.
You know what?
So
You're
if we're
right.
near
So
the
the carriage
carriages,
is not near.
We're
No,
way the
that
fuck
doesn't.
off.
I think the carriage aspect of it was just a.
It
There
was
wasn't anything relevant to us being next to the carriage,
All right.
so it can easily be where it was. Then we're just standing out in the middle of a field next to an exploding factory, I guess.
Yeah,
Wolfric-
Eileen had to make her way back to her house via the Umbra because her clothes had to get burned into the bargain.
No, you're fine. Let's just go into the Umbra and we can go on this mission.
What mission? Sorry, has it been explained yet?
Eileen is not doing any of this mission naked.
Has the fairy part been
It
explained
doesn't
in
matter.
character
It's
yet?
all just dead flesh. and
No,
meat.
not for you.
Okay.
Not in the Umbra, it's not.
Sorry. Can we
Right.
pause that
Sorry.
for a second? Is Eileen actively
Yes.
naked right now?
She's also not there.
Okay, there.
Oh yeah, you stepped into the Umbra.
Dapple is also naked.
To be fair, I think we might still be in the Umbra at this point because
I think you're correct because we
where-
did not
where
do
we-
this ritual.
where
we
we
did not do
because
this
the
ritual.
the cleansing
Got it.
ritual was performed
Okay.
in the Umbra.
Thank you
Uh,
for thanks for helping
okay.
with that. Yeah, you're all in the Umbra right now.
Okay,
There's
okay.
Okay.
shadowy trees and
So,
buildings.
Wolfric has also, while asking these questions, Wolfric has produced an apple from somewhere and a knife, and is just carving slices of the apple off.
Okay.
But yeah, like Eileen having had her clothes burned, and I think Dapple's as well because Dapple was in a
Yep.
similar state.
Yep.
Eileen took on her wolf form and is heading back to her place via the Umbra at this point because she needs to get a new set of clothes.
Nothing I haven't seen before on someone else.
So,
You were all so hung up about this sort of thing.
No.
really quickly,
Sorry,
not,
I meant
not to
I meant most Homids. Yeah, sorry.
not to
you were
distract from.
oh Alpha. What do we need? What do you need?
What is this about a mission?
Yes. So you see those
Oh,
monstrosities over there?
There's a small shout from a well about 50 yards off.
Uh-huh.
Those monstrosities.
Yeah. What
The
about 'em?
fairies?
Yes. We, in order to get the information that we needed, I agreed to take them to somewhere somewhere that is more interesting for them. The best solution is to take them to somewhere a bit deeper within the Umbra, so they don't harm people and are away from people and, most significantly, me. So we have to take them into the Umbra, further into the Umbra.
Okay.
Well, apparently we have to wait
Smash cut.
before.
Should we
People
not have,
grab
should
clothes.
we not have gone with her though? Isn't it specifically dangerous to trek that far across the Umbra by yourself?
The penumbra. But yes.
I'm not moving because I am not taking a chance of these things getting bored and wandering off, and then I have to go find them and take them, escort them to the realm, all for the sake of modesty, Millie.
Would you like me to go try to catch up with her?
Yeah, Dapple and Juniper, can you go catch up with Eileen just so that none of you are traveling alone?
Yep. Dapple goes into breed form, turns into that water wolf, and just darts off.
Over totem phone. Eileen, please wait for Dapple and Juniper to catch up to you. And also, get some clothes for Dapple too.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
You are, yes. The general population of London won't be.
The day a
Alright.
woman can go around wearing less than 40 layers would be nice.
Honest, like, if I could go around without having a tie on, that would be great. But if I don't wear a tie, people scold me. So I feel you.
They do.
You know, there's a
Smash
good
cut.
solution for that. Not caring.
If I didn't care, I wouldn't be here.
I mean, just about. Never mind.
Smash cut.
Sorry.
You all reconvene because there's nothing I needed to happen in between this.
Mysteriously,
You're running errands.
Mysteriously, Wolfric is still eating an apple. Who knows how many he's gone through?
How many apples do you have in your bag?
Not very many because he's a carnivore, so this is disgusting. It's just something to do.
Okay. This is just like chewing a blade of grass for you.
Yeah, and it would be in poor taste to be smoking right now. So he has something
Okay.
else to do with his mouth.
Okay.
Has to at least let the fire die down before he starts smoking.
The fairies have been diving in and out of the well and have assembled a small hill of things covered with a burlap sack that they have crisscrossed with tiny strings. You all reassemble.
Yep.
All right. So we're apparently taking these fairies deeper into the Umbra. I have no idea how that works. The Urge, can you please explain?
Yes, we're just going to. I'm thinking we just find a realm. We need to find a trod. Follow it a little ways. A path through the Umbra.
Gotcha.
Follow it a little ways. If we're lucky, it will be a place. I will be able to quickly discern. Okay, this direction is a realm that we can take them to. If not, we might have to step off of the trod, and which is fine. It just carries its own.
Is this the thing we should stay in Hamid form for, or should we switch to Krynos?
Whatever you are most comfortable with.
Can I have my sword? Gesturing to, I think you're the one carrying it in your bag.
Correct.
Yes.
Boom.
Grab that.
Ow! Take it. Thank you.
Takes it.
So you get that burning sensation of the silver.
Yeah. I mean, it's not in the hilt, but it's irritating to have it nearby.
Yeah. Holding it is still, yes.
And
it's like holding your hand near a flame.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. Well, I mean, not for me because I have Master of Fire. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and shift into Krynos form since we're in the Umbra.
Go ahead and roll your rage for that.
Stamina and Primal Urge.
Or stamina and Primal Urge. Thank you. I remember how to roll things in this game.
Difficulty 6 because you're currently in Hamid or Glabro.
Hamid.
Yeah, difficulty 6.
I assume.
Yeah.
I'm also going to. I'm also going to go Krynos. Bigger pace, which means we will get there quicker. Not really, because that's not how the Umbra works, but it'll make me feel better.
There we go.
That's all I need.
Yep.
So yeah.
Wolfric, you are.
So Wolfric goes from being already the size of most of your Krynos forms, to being how did I figure it? How do we figure it? What, 13 feet tall?
Sounds right. Real big.
It was because it's a size and a half to go up to Glabro and then size and a half again, or was it from Glabro to Krynos?
No, it's not size and a half. You only gain about a foot to 18 inches as Glabro, and then it's like it's something like,
because he's 7'4" in human form, in Hamid form. So,
yeah.
Thank you for the description on your roll, Jeremy.
Yeah, it's an extra foot or so from Hamid to Glabro, and then from Glabro to Krynos is like the size and a half over again.
So, Dapple, are you going to Krynos as well?
Yeah, that's what the
both Wolfric and his sword grow in
to about like 12, 13 feet ish.
As his clothes all absorb into the pure white fur of his Krynos form, and he just hefts the massive blade up to his shoulder and waits for Artheurge to lead the way.
Yep.
This is the
Let's find this a path into the Umbra.
Unless something happened that wasn't described, this is definitely your all first time seeing him in his Krynos form, and probably the first time seeing a Krynos this big before.
Yep.
Eileen and Juniper, are you also shifting, or are you staying in Hamid?
I mean, Eileen's in Glabro because
Oh,
she's
yeah,
usually in Glabro, but
You're gonna stay in Glabro?
she will stay in Glabro for now because that lets her carry her shotgun in case she needs it.
All right.
Also, those clothes that you just got are not dedicated to you.
Yeah, not yet. That'll take me some time and some gnosis. So
Juniper. Sorry. Juniper is going.
Now
That's
it's
our fault.
ruined. It's
All
everyone.
your fault. Juniper's gonna stay in Hamid right now.
Okay. All right. Good. As you all begin to head out looking for a trod, you said. That is gonna be
To be fair, I don't think that's the exact term, but
yeah, it is, I
Okay.
think. Yeah.
I mean, that's a
Something
changeling
like
term, and
that.
it might just be the Irish occult term.
that's how I'm imagining it. Yes.
There's like, yeah, there's like paths and stuff. I will have you make me a perception and occult, or perception and primal urge, whichever one you would like to use. Because they're kind of similar.
And I'm keeping an eye out for any spirits or banes that would like to step.
Okay.
In case
I
in case anyone
Definitely
wants to
use a cult.
in case
Got
anyone
it.
wants to pick
Okay.
a fight that they're going to lose.
And you
Diff
said
6.
perception occult, right?
Yes. Yeah. Diff 6.
Would I could see a potential argument for this. Would a specialty for occult of witchcraft apply?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're looking for paths. Feels nice.
So that is 6 successes.
Beautiful.
I'm like, oh,
okay.
here we go, this way.
Yep. As you kind of like take a moment, you are very familiar with this terrain here.
Yep.
And begin leading the group. As Wolfric, I'll have you make me a perception and alertness for seeing what's around. Difficulty is difficulty of 7. You're not super close to anything.
I do stop after like 2 steps, turn around and be like, all right. Really quick, just a couple ground rules. Do not step off the path unless I say to. If you see any branches that just happen to be crossed at some point, or a ring of toadstools, anything like that, do not step under them, do not step in it, etc. It will be very bad.
In that deep earth-shaking bass that he now has for a voice, Wilfred goes, "That's very vague."
Yes. I can't help it. I don't get to. I don't make the rules. I just explain them. You can thank the Fae and
avoid
the
any
Incarna and everything and all the rest of the spirits. But
so avoid any trees that are touching and any circular shaped mushrooms.
if it looks like a door, don't go under it.
Yeah, avoid
Fair
anything that looks like a threshold.
What happens
Correct.
if we break the threshold first before walking through it? I say, again, being massive and likely to just brush past branches while walking.
We are in the Umbra. Physical manifestation is merely there for us to perceive.
So it won't matter.
Correct.
All right.
Probably.
I do have a question. The fairies are small. They've got tiny wings. They're carrying their entire earthly possessions, unearthly possessions, in a small bag in between them, and you can see them very excitedly following along, and then slowly dipping closer and closer to the ground as their stamina just gives out because
I
of tiny
will.
little.
Dapple will.
Someone's got to carry them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna just like scoop them up and put them on Arthur's head.
Well, you could do
No,
that.
absolutely not. You go to move them towards my head, and there is like a full-on warning growl as I step back.
That was me, the character. That was me, the player, not the character.
Oh,
Okay.
Because
Okay.
Dapple had already picked them up.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, one other small minor detail. I'm going to try my damnedest, but there is a chance that Kira may want to make an appearance and murder them all.
Who?
My ancestor.
Right.
I have
Should I?
I have
deal
an
with-
ancestor who has a problem with the thing.
Should I deal with that if it pops up?
Yes, stop me from killing them, because then I will have broken a promise to the Fae, and that is a bad idea, even ones as insignificant as
She'll
these.
pop up through you and not extant. Got it. All right.
Correct.
I will be between you and them. Dapple, stay behind me.
Thank you.
Can do.
Because you're carrying them.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Did you-
alight on your shoulder
Did you
and
forget that already?
Listen. There's like 4 conversations going on in the background in my head. I'm trying desperately to
fair,
focus.
that's fair.
they have begun singing 99 bottles of beer on the wall.
I will turn
them
to
already.
I will turn to them. Get as close to them as I can without physically bumping into Dapple.
They
Please-
back up.
Please don't.
You have to sort of circle around. Try and
Please
maneuver.
don't.
Yeah, just massive. And again, that he's so large, that earth shaking base. Please don't. I can make an intimidation check if you want me to.
Yeah, let's do that.
Any
Manipulation
bonuses-
and intimidation.
Any bonuses for size?
Yeah, I'll give you. I'll lower that difficulty. It's gonna be diff 5.
Manipulation, intimidation.
Yep. You're
Uh,
getting them to do what you want.
just because I don't know how it works in the Umbra, does
Uh-huh.
my pure breed have any effect on my rolls in the Umbra?
Your pure breed doesn't have any effects on these guys.
Okay.
They don't
Yeah.
care about
Your
your
room only.
ancestry.
I just didn't know if
They have no.
I just know if in the Umbra my appearance changed or anything because of it.
Hmm.
Okay. 3 successes.
The volume lowers to just tiny singing.
And then
You have to get real close up to them
good.
to hear
So
it.
now it's a solo concert for Dapple.
Yes, basically. Little tiny chipmunk voices singing. And you all continue on. What's our marching order here? We got Aoife in
I'm
the
in the
front,
front.
clearly.
I'm right behind you.
Dapple's behind Wolfric.
Yeah.
Where are Eileen and Juniper? Relatively.
Eileen is probably like around where Wolfric is, just in case anything needs to be done immediately.
Okay.
Juniper will be at the end.
At the end? All right. So we've got a spear pointed out into following a path left by some spirits through the Umbra. And you start traveling.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. I thought I heard something.
It was just Jeremy saying yeah.
Okay. As you're going along, kind of wending your way through these paths. Um, you all begin to see as the landscape begins to change, as you're going deeper into the penumbra, like farther away from reality. The buildings sort of shift and become smaller, like stones, like old ruins, and the like spirit like imprints of trees and vegetation that you're used to, and um streams and roads and their new shiny new railways as you're traveling onward and onward um begin to fade into a shadowy sort of like background kind of noise type of thing. The they're replaced by like strands of woven energy. Um, you cross some of them, and Wolfric, you're primed and like paying attention to where's the danger, what
Yeah.
might be dangerous here. Some of them you cross, and you can feel like a little bit of the you can smell the like skin crawling wrongness of the worm, the worm's influence that just crosses the city. Like anyone who has been here knows that there are bad places in this world, and it's here too. There's none that strike you as particularly strong from where you're going. Do you think you're headed
Oh, I should have. I should have taken the +2 alertness from the pack traits, just
oh,
since I was
yeah,
since I was
do
keeping an eye
that.
out.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Is it? Does anybody mind if
Reminder
I?
that you get all of them or none of
Yeah, yeah,
them,
yeah.
so you
That's
take
like.
everything.
Do you all mind if I take those? Well, since I'm keeping a lookout,
Yeah, go ahead.
Fine.
I will
Yep.
take the pack
All right.
traits
Yeah, if you want to redo that roll then, if
Yeah.
you're pulling on that,
because
I'm fine with that.
that does increase my ability to keep an eye out.
Yeah.
I got one.
Ooh.
I got one success previously, 0 success on this.
Okay. Yeah, the you're just getting that like sort of background level as you go further on these like threads of the things that make up the city of London are becoming layers and layers deep, and you're not able to pinpoint anything directly. But you can feel kind of like the energy writhing underneath your feet or paws or claws as you're walking along, shoes of those of you still in Hamid form. You can also feel the hum of energy, all constrained by this network web of the Weaver as you are going along.
I will via totem phone to the so the path that we're walking, is it fairly narrow?
Yes.
Okay.
You're kind of like it's hard to stay like Eileen, you kind of wanted to be like abreast of Wulfric. It's hard to be next to him because he's so big, and like the path that you're forging ahead is pretty narrow.
So
Yeah.
Via totem phone, Eileen, Juniper, Dapple, keep an eye out behind me because I'm not going to be able to turn around real easy. Just in case
Aye, aye.
something comes up from behind.
Uh and let's have everyone give me a either perception and well, actually perception and primal urge is this one.
Okay.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is 6. Ooh. Oh no.
3.
1.
Okay.
Oh,
Excellent.
And a
Dapple.
botch from Juniper.
Oh yeah.
Actual botch
Dapple was
too.
fine.
Oh, you
Dapple,
did. You got
Dapple got
5.
5 successes.
Thank you. Yep, I just saw it. All right. Yeah, this is interesting. Okay. What's a botch gonna get you in this?
It might get nothing.
Yeah.
Because botches don't always do bad things. It's just that when they can do bad things, they will.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but they
They
happen
try
so
to.
rarely that if you don't make them bad things, you're really missing out on a fun opportunity.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. Juniper, you think you hear like howling off in the distance? It's far, it's very like quiet, and it's the type of howl of like something in pain. It's like the howl and then a whimper, and no one else hears that. What you all hear is whistling. A jaunty tune. It's one you've heard before. It's like a one of those kind of like popular songs. Like it's sung in pubs, street corners. Little jaunty sort of tune.
Can Juniper tell what direction it's coming from?
It is coming from the left and like far away. There's you cannot like if you look in that direction you don't see anything. You just hear that sort of telltale kind of sounds.
Juniper starts going that way.
Oh no.
Juniper, don't leave the fucking path.
But I heard something
Stop.
in pain.
Anything you hear out there is trying to trick you.
What did you hear, love?
I thought I heard whimpering and something in pain.
I mean, it could be something whimpering and in pain. There'd be enough out here, but it could also 50-50 odds.
At the
Whimpering in
moment,
pain or a trap.
at the moment, we have an assignment that we're trying to complete. If it's whimpering and in pain and it belongs here, then it is it's part of a natural cycle. If it's not whimpering in pain, we break God, how do you pronounce your character's name again, Jeremy?
Ava.
If it's not whimpering in pain, we potentially break Ava's promise and also endanger the entirety of the pack. And if it is whimpering in pain and doesn't belong here, sometimes bad things happen and we can't do anything about them.
She'll continue going the way everyone else is, but be like looking over her shoulder.
Okay.
I'm hearing whistling though. Is anyone else hearing that?
Oh, I.
All right.
You're not alone.
At the very least, if you hear something, God damn it. If you hear something, say something about it. Do not. If you walk off the path, you very well might just vanish to us all because you will be in a different realm than we're in.
And then 2 people will have been lost and injured, not just 1.
Correct.
Umbro paths are significantly more vast than they seem at first. Stepping off the path takes you a greater distance than just a couple of steps.
Mm-hmm. We are currently walking what it looks like to us, but we are essentially walking in the alleys between worlds right now. So let us know before you decide to jump off into The realm where everything is fire
Or sharks.
or sharks.
What's a shark?
Like us,
Big
but in the
fish with sharp
water.
teeth.
Big,
This is interesting.
big,
This
big.
is very interesting, Dapple.
Going into the shark dimension would be a very bad thing because everything is sharks in the shark dimension.
I mean, you're a wolf, though.
Yeah, and I'd be a shark if I went into the shark dimension.
Yeah. You look under the microphone at the atoms, they're sharks, except you're not looking through a microscope. You're looking through a microscope at atoms.
Because the microscope is a shark!
The shark is a shark! It's in the shark dimension. This is a loading ready run skit that Shawnee and I are the only people that know.
Yep.
Correct.
I will link it later. Continue.
Okay. You continue on. The
Daryl?
way toward where you all hear the whistling, and once it is pointed out to you, Juniper, you can also hear this. You were just so focused on the kind of like pain sounds that you could not notice them before. And the trod that you were on kind of like winds its way. It's not directly going that direction, but it is headed in that area. So you continue following the trod, it sounds like, rather than trying to take a shortcut or a more direct path.
There are no shortcuts in the Umbra.
Okay. As you do, the kind of strands that are around you begin to thicken and then like fray out as these weird kind of senses you get of the makeup of reality begin to shift and fray slightly. Can everyone give me a dexterity and athletics, or dexterity and enigmas, as you're either relying on like your ability to just move better and like be able to twist and turn and keep out of some of these strange webs that you see kind of like expanding around you, or you're relying on like just knowing this kind of information and being like aware of the forces that are around you.
Have I mentioned how big I am?
Yes, it's going to be more difficult for you. Difficulty 6 for most people. Wolfric, you get a difficulty. You're very big. 8.
I will spend a willpower on this.
Okay.
You said dexterity enigmas?
Yes.
Whereas
Or dexterity and athletics.
Well, I had been intending to buy Dots of Athletics, but I didn't actually tell you I did before games, so.
Okay.
6 successes.
Nice.
3
Although I
successes.
will also say, I know I keep leaning on these, but I pick good specialties. Would ancient mysteries apply?
0 successes.
Yeah, this would apply.
Okay, 8 successes.
Okay, beautiful.
Well, 1 success
Wonderful.
technically. I didn't spend a willpower, so.
Yes. This is true.
No counteraction there, so just 1.
Eileen
success.
got 3. Juniper, is that 4-year roll
Yeah.
for this? Okay.
Holly doesn't roll
And
her rolls.
5.
You have to guess.
All right.
Sorry.
Beautiful. So you all are pretty handily making your way through things. Aoife,
Yes.
you realize that this is a point where the trod has intersected with some of the other umbral realms. There are many, There's a lot of fun ones. What you've got here right now, though, is a lot of flux is what's happening.
Okay.
It is and because you have studied the Umbra and like are familiar kind of with you've probably done some like deeper umbral traveling.
Right.
Just in your training, in your like proclivities, this is your field. You know that the flux realm is one that sort of constantly changes. It doesn't have the inherent it's not so much dangerous as difficult to navigate in. Because it sort of constantly shifts. And for werewolves, shapeshifters like yourselves, a danger of it is that it plays on the inherent mutable nature of your emotions and your ability to control
Change.
that.
I would also assume our ability to change form.
It's a wild realm, is what you're saying.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It makes it easier to change form, actually. You can change form instantly. Without spending a rage, actually. It does still take the normal amount of time, but you don't have to spend a rage.
That's always how I work.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I'm tempted to. You said that we're. Did you say that we're basically at the entrance to the flux?
Yes, yeah, you're like walking among it. So if you just like stepped a little bit sideways and got into it, you would go through flux.
Drop them off here. We're done.
They might not agree. I mean, they might not. But I'm gonna look at the fairies and go. All right, it's right there. It's perfect for you.
They all like climb up on top of Dapple at this point, who is wending her way through very, very nicely. The singing stops mercifully, except for one person who is just sort of humming it to themselves very quietly. And they sort of poke one of the spears sort of experimentally into it. It kind of comes away like cotton candy. It's got like swirls of this thing on it. And then it sort of, one of the fairies sort of chomps down onto it and chews and swallows. Not like you would eat cotton candy, like it's a turkey leg or something like that.
Good enough.
And then it burps, bubbles, and looks at the tip of the spear, which has now sprouted into a flower. Kind of purple.
Can you think of anything that would be better for you? I know the answer is no.
I mean, it seems a little bit exciting, different,
you're
interesting.
supposed to be guarding, right?
We are so guarding. We're guarding. Look, She is perfectly healthy. Look, nothing went wrong.
I'm not. You don't need to be.
We've been entertaining her.
Me. You don't need to be defensive. My point being, is there anything more important to guard than something as exciting as this?
Is there something on the other side? It just seems sort of mushy.
I mean,
you won't know unless you go in. There's your guardian. It's your spot.
Give me.
I agreed. Listen, you little winged. Barely more than a bite.
You're close
I agreed
to this.
to take you. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, rage roll, please.
Okay.
Diff 6. This is not. You've been staying away from their shenanigans.
Has the singing actually stopped, or is the one dude still going?
The one dude is still going. It's a small hum.
But they were singing
annoyed.
Quietly, to be fair, because Wolf asked them politely.
Yes.
Should I roll an ancestor roll?
Yeah.
All right.
If
spending a willpower point to avoid murdering these shits.
Okay. You tamp that down.
Yeah, there is a moment where my voice gets extremely more like Afa tries to suppress the Irish accent as much as possible. It gets much more Irish in the Guru tongue. Also, it must be said because we are talking
Yeah.
in Rhino's form.
Mhm.
I think
But she wishes it back.
I think to help that, because he had been specifically warned, as the ire begins to go up, there's just a
Yep.
warning growl from Wolfric.
We agreed that I would take you to somewhere that was better to be guarded, correct?
Yeah.
That's
Is
the
this place
deal.
important though?
Yes. Crucially important.
Manipulation and subterfuge.
That is not inaccurate though, as far as Afa is
Okay.
considering.
Mm-hmm.
They are extremely fickle beings. This is a realm of fickle energy.
Sure, sure.
Like there is nothing more.
All right, I'll give you that.
Like she considers Fae to be very much of the wild kind of people.
All right.
So.
Manipulation and expression then.
Okay. I am slightly better at that.
Yeah.
That said,
You can
so
spell
I am
willpower on
going to
this.
I'm going to shift back into Hamid.
Okay.
So that my manipulate that way my manipulation is not at a -3. Also narratively, although mechanically this doesn't make a difference, trying to get more of a control on my emotions and less out of control and less likely for Kira to sucker punch me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Manipulation, expression.
Lovingly take hold of the reins of your.
Don't worry, I got you. Hand larger than your body.
Manipulation, expression. I will spend another willpower on this because the sooner we can get these fuckers out of here, the better. Sorry, diff.
Diff 7.
Okay. That would be 2.
Okay.
I love the name of the roll.
2 successes.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
Oh.
We lost someone.
Who did we
Oh
lose?
no.
Oh,
We did.
It was
yeah.
Julia.
We lost Julia for a sec.
Yep.
Cut back. Hopefully. Maybe. We don't have the picture yet. Oh no.
I thought there was a roll that happened, and it was after that,
No,
it was like,
sorry. Yep.
Well, we have a blank screen for Julia for the moment. Hey, it is.
There we go.
There
No, we
she
no
is.
longer have a blank screen.
Excuse me.
Beautiful. Okay. I'm going to
That's
make
some percentage of fat coming out of sulfur.
a roll here to see. Oh, they don't have that mod. Ooh, okay.
So she got 2 successes. They got 1.
Yes. Yeah. 1 net is not enough, unfortunately. They look very doubtful and are like, "Can you come with us, though?" There was like howling earlier and weird whistling, and it's getting louder, and there may be something big on that side. We are snack sized. We're adorable and snack sized. They say that verbatim.
Your guards.
Less than Wolfric says.
Like, poke on the other side. Or give us a bigger.
We will. Sorry,
if we had a big silver sword.
No. Absolutely not.
The weight of responsibility the sword carries would crush you all collectively, and that's not an insult. It's a
Also,
physical
this
reality.
sword itself would physically
It's very
crush
heavy.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think I could do it.
Listen. We'll take you just barely in. You can see what it is. And then we will leave.
Yes.
I will point out
I don't know about this.
we are already going above and beyond what we agreed to. My point being, no more guff.
War doesn't
Mhm.
understand the Umbra at all, but can I feel the nature of the flux at all? Like that it's gonna be harder to maintain control while we're in there?
Yeah, give me a wits and primal urge. Because you're not doing this any sort of like intellectual
Yeah, no,
or
this is
you're
like
just trying to
intuition, yeah.
feel. Yeah,
Yeah.
and like it's how much you can put together quickly.
What's difficulty?
Diff is you're not familiar with this, so diff 7.
3 successes.
Nice. Yeah, you can feel that sort of like
I
anger
would caution
rising as you get closer to it.
I would caution small ones, asking us to step through with you. I don't know how much you know about the Guru, but we are particularly susceptible to fits of rage when we are provoked, and that realm feels inherently like a provocation to me.
I mean,
And
we'll be... Yes.
If I am to lose control of my senses while in the Umbra and in this form, it's difficult to distinguish friend from foe. I'm trying to convince them that it's in their best interest not to ask us to go in there with them. Intimidatingly.
It just has to be one of you.
Any one of us could lose control.
I'm remembering my flaws.
You got them right there.
I
They're
mean,
right on you.
I'm overconfident, so I'll go in if they really want me
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
This is just me trying to give them an out before I do so.
Dapple is overconfident and has the curiosity flaw and is just you know what?
Yeah, actually,
in
that's
for a penny, in for a
That
pound.
is a question. Do those of us with curiosity flaws need to roll curiosity at this point?
I
think that is a roll we have to make.
Is it? Well, let me see. Where's that flaw? Let me look.
I believe it's just a willpower roll.
The willpower roll?
That's a willpower roll to not go into the curious thing.
Yeah. Merits and flaws. Yep, wits roll. This is I'd call this just a diff 6. This is pretty pretty.
6 willpower roll?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
No, it's
you have to just get one success.
It's a wits roll, not a willpower roll.
Oh, it's a wits roll. Interesting.
Yeah, anytime you
it is a wits roll.
Make a wits roll, or else you must go investigate. Just wits.
Beautiful thing.
The intuition was a wits roll. Does that qualify, do you think, or would you want me to roll a separate one?
Does the what roll? The intuition?
Yeah, intuition was a wits-based roll. Does that qualify, or would you want me to make a separate one?
Yes, because you got extra die in there.
Double botch.
This only applies to those of you who have the curiosity flaw. I think most of you do, but
so to say, most of us do.
Diff 6, you said?
I do not.
I do
okay.
not.
So you do not have to make this roll. You
Diff
you
six-
know.
Diff 6, you said?
Yes.
Hang on a second.
One. All right. I managed to
All right.
succeed, but we
Curious
got a
whether-
double botch though from Dapple.
Yeah. Dapple, you should go. It's really interesting.
There's no question. There's
Okay.
no voicing a thought. There is just
Excellent.
following impulse.
You step off the trod.
Yep.
Shit. And I'm not fast enough to stop her, but I will follow after.
Well, it was nice having a galliard, I say.
Yeah, and immediately Wolfric. I should.
I'm
I
it's
large enough
okay
that I
if
might-
this is where we kill Dapple.
Am I large enough? No, because Wolfric's going in after you when you step in. Am I large enough that I might accidentally knock people in with me as I go?
Just Eileen, because she was close and like trying to stay like right next to
mean,
you, but Eileen already had the cure. Already failed the
Jeremy
wits.
was also close, is the thing, because I was specifically keeping Jeremy separate from the fairies.
To be clear, she's gonna go in if y'all go in. She just has to be sarcastic about it right
Yeah.
now.
I don't. You aren't at risk of
and
really
scathing.
Okay.
We
pulling
just
them
have to
in.
just voice our pleasure first.
Correct.
Yeah, just immediately.
I think Eileen is like leaning towards the entrance, like raising an eyebrow and like keeping her shotgun at the ready.
And you just sort of fall. The gravity sort of shifts.
as Wolfric starts to follow after Dapple, I think she just kind of gets her shoulder clipped and ends up going through anyway.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So do I,
Cannot leave
or do
Dapple
I
behind.
just like pointing the direction that they
Yes, we're going. They literally did the one thing I told them not to do.
Yeah.
The one thing.
Can't help it.
Let's go.
Sometimes our demons take the wheels.
I hope you like whatever England's going to look like in 2432 or whenever we come back.
As a reminder,
Get
Dapple's
through.
only like 3 years old.
Right.
So
No excuse.
Mental note: put a leash on Dapple, or like one of the harnesses.
Oh goodness, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Victorian
So
pet play.
you all step into this. The fairies immediately begin shrieking in excitement because it's a beautiful place for them.
See, all you had to do was walk in here, you
Your hostility.
pint-sized little demon spawn shitheads.
Your agreement was to get them here, right? It wasn't to guarantee their safety afterwards.
No, it was not.
My agreement was to take them somewhere more interesting. We had already done that. Like, if they didn't want to step in here, I could have said, here, you're somewhere more interesting now, and walked off.
Yeah.
But no, y'all had to walk into the flux.
Dapple did, and then I had to follow because I had to make sure
There-
she didn't die.
Dapple has definitely gone into the submissive, like ears back, like I am being yelled at, sort of.
Yes, you are.
Let's see. So
No,
I'm
that's
gonna
my
have
Friday night
everyone make
character.
a frenzy roll here.
Oh, that's gonna be great. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've got my sword
Fortunately.
out.
What's the
Uh-huh.
difficulty?
Diff is let's see here. It is Crescent Moon, Diff
I
7.
forget. This is the one that you don't
Well-
want successes on, right?
Yes,
No.
and fortunately, your rage being lowered by
No.
it's your gnosis
My
is lowered. not your
gnosis is
rage.
lowered by 2.
Yeah,
Which
that
means
is
that
bad.
if I frenzy,
You
you're all
also-
enemies.
You also, when you roll for frenzy, roll your permanent rage, not your temporary rage.
Well, yeah,
what
your
are we
permanent
rolling?
gnosis goes down with silver, so it would
My-
my-
affect
my-
rage the
Oh,
same
that's
way.
what you were
My
talking about.
Effective
Yes, yes.
gnosis goes down. Yeah, not my.
What,
Okay.
what, what are we rolling here?
Rage.
You're making a rage roll.
Difficulty 7, you said?
Yes.
Just click on the button that says rage, and then
It's down by
Oh.
where your renown is.
I did difficulty
On the
6. Let me check if either of those. Oh, they were both above 7, so
yeah,
they're good.
both of your
Okay.
rolls were 7 or higher.
Yeah.
So
Diff 7, you said?
Yep.
Yep. Diff 7.
it takes 4 successes to frenzy. So I think
Oh.
everyone so far is good.
Good. Only 2 successes.
Yep.
Juniper doesn't even feel a rage.
No,
Juniper, you
this is a
feel
good thing. This is a
confused
good thing to fail
and-
on,
Oh,
Holly.
it's good. Oh,
This is a good thing to fail on.
yay! Yay, I
Yeah.
fail. Okay.
Failing means you don't go into rage mode.
However, I do believe we generate points of temporary rage equal to our successes on a frenzy check.
Which
Let
me
will,
look.
which will put me over my
2, 6,
maximum.
6, 3. Do. No. Let me look. Let me look at this. 4 more successes, you frenzy. You can use a willpower to stop that. Yeah, no, you are all right.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I don't see anything
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
I'm
in
sorry.
here.
To be clear, you use the higher of your permanent rage or your temporary rage.
Yep.
So, like, I'm only at 2. If I suddenly got three extra points of temporary rage, I would be rolling 5 dice, even if my permanent rage is only 2.
Yeah. I think you.
I mean, I can roll more dice. That's fine.
But
it'd be really hard for me to get
Mhm.
enough successes to
I
have to
did
worry
not.
about that.
Yeah, we
but-
didn't get 4 successes. Nobody did. So, but
Nope.
I definitely do think like there is probably like visual because we're in the flux. There's probably like visual like heat and steam coming off Wolfric at the
Oh,
very
yeah.
least.
As you
But-
all step through, it's this like green sort of like bowl of a like little hollow, like a glen. And as you all step through and have these like sort of visceral like kind of like snarls and that feeling of, oh, this is different here. The ground underneath you all sort of shifts and cracks into like dry earth as the grass beneath you sort of crumbles and fades. Mechanically, y'all know that as I find the thing again, because I didn't write down what number it was, you can affect the way things are around you. You can affect the environment in here. It can sort of shift and change, as can you, a lot faster.
So, in barely contained anger, clenched teeth communication to the fairies, it would be in your best interest to go away now.
It really would. You're in your new realm to guard. Go explore it and find out what you need to guard.
Whee! And then they jump off of Daffel. You
Ah,
feel
We'll
The
reach
weight.
over.
leaving you.
thanks, the Morrigan.
We should step back now before I tear
It's
something
not gonna
apart.
be that. It's not gonna be that easy. Turn around. Look behind you.
I turn around, look behind me.
Oh,
See
look,
all of that?
more
See all of that
grass.
space there? Now we need to find a way out of here.
I feel like that's going to provoke another rage roll.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Why I told you all not to step off.
Jeremy,
the
I feel like
path.
I need you to make a rage roll too again.
Fine,
Like
it's
you're
fine,
having a
it's fine.
yeah.
I'm so annoyed right now. Yeah.
yeah. It's
Just
just
let me
like-
know. Let me know if I get any extra temporary rage or the like. Because
Actually, I think
otherwise,
I'll just do that. You've got one temporary rage for the
Okay.
circumstances. No
my
one's
rage is
listening to
3
you.
now. Yes.
Yeah, no one's
I mean,
listening
they're
to you
listening now. They just didn't listen at the
when it was
important
important.
point.
Exactly.
Dapple has shifted back into breed form and is like as low to the ground as she can get.
I will reach over and just like plant a massive claw next to Dapple. Listen to the Theurge.
Fine. It's fine. We're probably not going to die trying to get out of here.
There's the whistling's louder now. So that's exciting and new.
We need to try to get out of here as okay. So let me explain to you the situation that we are in now. You know how when we're in what you all like to call the real, you have to cross over to get into the Umbra.
Yeah.
We have to now do the same thing back.
Where we are now, but the rules may not are not the same. It's not that simple. We have to figure out how to get from where we are, which is functionally a new reel, a different reel with entirely different rules of reality, to cross back over into the Umbra again.
I fucking love world hopping. All right, well, let's try and find a door out of
I
here, or whatever
apologize.
qualifies
I
as one.
apologize for following behind Dapple.
It's all right. We all would have followed anyways. We're not
Hey,
leaving
hey.
you behind.
Hey, Dapple, you could definitely change how you look right now. Like if you wanted a new hair color or to be real tall like Wolfric, you
Oh,
could do
no.
that.
Oh no. Oh no.
Same goes for everyone else with the curiosity fall. I'm just going with you because it's botched.
Oh yeah, 100%. Dapple starts. Dapple's going to try and start freezing parts of her to develop ice spikes on the back.
Cool. That is going to cost you 3 gnosis.
Oh dear God! Ow. Okay.
Dapple, darling, what are you doing?
Charisma and primal urge diff 9.
One success.
Okay. You've got bumps. You've got little like icy sort of bumps. You don't have spikes yet. Just like teen acne.
Well, she's out of gnosis, so
Okay. It was fun. Now you know how that works.
I've never been to the Flux. I do not know the specific rules here on how to get out, but we'll figure it out.
Let's start working on the figuring out before I lose control.
I'm trying.
Is it a guarantee that it's not going to just be mirrored surface again?
Oh, we can try. I don't know the rules here.
I mean, you're
I've
the one with the
never
mirror
been
shades
here.
if you want to give it a shot.
Yeah, I will give it a shot. Yeah, I'm gonna try to step sideways.
Okay.
I will try to activate the shades. That's diff 7. It's 1, so they're active.
Yep.
And then what is the gauntlet for me to try and cross? And I'm trying to open it for everybody in the back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Except Apple. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
she's been infected by the Fae. She's held them way too long. That's obviously what's going on.
Diff 3.
Interesting.
You will
This
stop
is
and
real
say,
wild here.
by the way, it's important to note that wherever we come out may not be the same place we came in. Just letting you know that right now.
Oh,
Let's
better
try
somewhere at least a little more stable.
Correct.
Better somewhere where
Oh.
the beast within isn't threatening to come out instantly.
Oh, also,
5
Wolfric,
successes.
Mm-hmm.
the clave in your, are you holding it right now,
Uh-oh.
or is it like
Yeah,
on
no,
your?
he's still holding it.
Okay.
He's been holding it the
You
whole time, like just over the shoulder.
okay. I forgot to say this earlier. The spirit that is bound within it. What do you think that looks like?
There are two spirits bound within it because it's a
Okay.
grand clave.
Yeah.
One is a spirit of war, which
Okay.
I imagine it's been in there so long, it very much is the same shape as the sword at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The other is a spirit of leadership,
Okay.
which I imagine manifests kind of like would manifest more like a laurel crown.
Okay.
Given the Silver Fang's predilections.
As soon as you stepped through here, those were visible
So the
and
sword
sort
just
of
like
floating.
the war spirit overlaid on top of on top of the sword itself.
Yeah, and you can feel it vibrating, which has probably not been great for your for trying to keep it cool because it really wants to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not attached to the clave.
It shouldn't have broken loose though, right?
It has.
I don't know
This
that
place
that's
is
how claves
constantly in
work
flux.
though. But I guess that's the rules of the rules of the place are different.
Welcome to Flux.
Yeah.
So you would have seen that first, Jeremy, if it matters, because I'm very big, and it would have taken me a second to realize what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, your clave's acting up.
Look, how do we fix that?
I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll get back to the other side, and it'll be totally normal.
They're not bound in the sword at the moment.
We go through, it'll come with. I'm sure everything will be perfectly okay. Yes, I am blind. Let's go. Shunk.
I'm just gonna
I don't know the difference.
I'm gonna make sure I've got a hand on the both spirits before we go through,
Okay.
just in case.
Give me a charisma and leadership roll.
Because these
Diff 8.
This is my
This
ancestral
is something
This is my ancestral sword. Would my
Mhm.
pure breed apply to this? Because the sword and these spirits have been with my family for generations.
Yes, it would.
Okay.
You
And
can also spend willpower on this.
And would my commanding voice specialty for charisma apply?
No, because
Okay.
you're not like
Fair.
you're not talking to them.
Charisma, leadership,
Yes. Diff
difficulty
8.
8. And yeah, I will spend willpower on this.
Yeah.
Wow. One success.
Yep.
Good thing you spent that willpower.
Yes. As I assume
No.
you all step through with Aoife. And
Roll-
Wolfric, you feel
Roll 13
that sort of
dice, get 3
Yep.
ones.
a
Pile of
tremor
ones, yeah.
in the clave as the spirits are bound back to it when you step sideways, but there's a moment.
Where are we when we come to back in the
What?
When you
Umbra General?
Yeah. When you're back in the Umbra General, you are not actually in the Umbra General. You can tell you're someplace else now. You step through into a flat expanse. Wolfric, this reminds you of steps back home but warmer. It is not as cold.
We just
Though
we just
Umbra.
we just teleported ourselves to like Utah.
And there's rolling fields of golden grass. And
Oklahoma.
hmm, everyone, you've got 3 more dots of ancestors. Does that take
no!
anyone over 5?
Yes.
That takes like 3 of them over 5. I'm
Yeah.
pretty certain.
That gives me 3 dots of ancestors.
That
Yeah.
gives me 6 dots of ancestors.
Okay. Eva?
Oh
Is that-
no!
Is that permanent, or should I just note that for now? And
Note that for now.
okay.
Yeah, so Eileen has now 3 dots of ancestors.
Okay.
Same.
Shadow Lords are
Yep.
discouraged from
Oh.
taking ancestors or pure breed. That's not really
Actually,
a thing the Shadow Lords
Eileen,
care
yeah,
about.
you
How
let
many
me double
dots
check
did
this.
we just get of
3.
ancestors?
3.
Okay, I'm at 5.
You're at 5. Okay. Let me look at this. Yeah, Eileen, you actually don't.
Cool.
You are exempt from this.
Shadow Lords don't give a shit about ancestry.
Yeah, because your ancestors are as untrustworthy as you are, and why would you ever put any stock in whatever their games they're trying to play in the afterlife through you?
And this is where we're going to take our break. Stand up, stretch your legs, get some food and drink.
And we're back. A dinosaur story.
A dinosaur story. There we go. We are back. The pack, though, is not back to reality. What you're back to is
Oh, there goes gravity.
Something different.
Yep.
And
and now he goes rabbiting.
It's
spirit
okay.
gets
Everything's
shoved.
fine. Ah!
A what gets what?
A spirit gets shoved like sideways out of Aoife as just sort of hands push at your chest, like shoulders, and a spoon races as a. You want to describe her visually?
Oh God, I never thought about this.
Is something
so-
similar also happening to Dapple?
Kira is I am going to say probably the representation would be probably, let's see, how old was she? Probably like mid 30s.
Okay.
No. She died at 40.
Okay.
Which granted is fairly old in the late 1700s, early 1800s, but still. Like 35.
I've just continue. I've just realized that given the age at which the stories about Baba Yaga would have originated, the original implementation of her as an old lady could very well have looked like someone in their 40s or 30s.
Uh-huh.
Baba Yaga could be hot. Anyways.
In fairness, in the world of darkness, definitely not because she is an offshoot of the Nosferatu.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not in the world of darkness. I'm just talking about in reality, like.
Yes. Who woke up and ate the entire vampire
population of Russia.
Yeah, pretty much. Like all of them.
You know the Silver Fangs were bumping fists thinking that they did that.
Yeah. But she is she would be dressed like late 1700s, but like not like society girl. Like this is like warrior woman kind of demeanor. She's probably embarrassingly stereotypical Irish. Long red hair, flowing free. Like, yes, very much so. And probably angry.
Yeah, she's got a couple of knives on her belt, but she's mostly using the spoon to whack at you.
Ow! Gran, stop! How are you here? Ow!
Because you wandered into the legendary realm. What did I teach you about staying on the trod?
Oh no, that's where we are?
Yes.
Listen.
Obviously.
Listen.
And the fairies.
Listen.
You had so many opportunities to get the jump on them.
You know as well as I do what happens, and
yeah,
we won't start with the original. Back. We won't start with the original, the original situation. But once you make a deal with them, you know what happens when you try to turn your back. I said we're not going there. I said we're not going there, Gran.
Aoife, who is this?
Right. Sorry.
Says the giant wolf.
Everybody, this is my ancestor, Kira Hayden.
Hey, she is focused on
this is my pack.
Hi. Turns back to you.
Listen, I did not tell anybody to step off the trot. I told them the exact opposite.
Yeah, so
but
it's not her fault.
But let's be honest. If you had somebody out on the trod and one of your pack members stepped it off the trod, would you just let them go?
Fuck. Meanwhile, Dapple, you've you know that you come from a distinguished bloodline. You've got family. You've never had like a personal connection though to any of that. It's all been stories told by your mother and everyone who gets near your mother and is like she's amazing and wonderful, and you get told a lot of stories about how
Oh
you
no.
need to make sure that you are like her because she is amazing and wonderful and a remarkable woman. And suddenly, as you find yourself in the legendary realm, as you suddenly have 3 points of ancestor, 3 dots, you get like visions of fields and an assembled line of women and um holding farming implements covered in blood. As she speaks, you can't hear the words. You don't know what she said that inspired these people to follow her, but you know they did because you have heard the story over and over and over again. And it's that whispering in the back of your mind that you can't, like, what did they say? How did she do it? How are you going to do that? Juniper, you've suddenly got 5 dots of ancestors.
Oh no.
Yep, I sure do.
Who are Juniper's ancestors?
Quite honestly, I have not put a lot of thought into that.
Okay. Who do you think they are? Who would you like them to be? Are they someone who is going to be inspiring to Juniper or a weight of responsibility and things you should live up to?
Yeah, I'm thinking the weight of responsibility and yeah.
Okay. Are they in your pack or is your or not pack tribe, or is your tribe something that you joined to get away from this or to change?
Oh no, her tribe is something she joined to
Okay.
get away from everything, yes.
So you get visions of judges and speeches and people in a position of authority handing down the way things need to be. And you are a part of a long, long chain of that. And you
A chain that ends with you because you are sterile.
know what your past has been and where you are now and what you ran away from. But that's there also with you, and you can feel the weight of it here in this place. Fine, I guess. Yes, I would have.
See, I'm dealing with what we're young. We don't have your wisdom or your biases. But
What was that? I didn't hear that.
Nothing,
My hearing
nothing.
isn't what it used to be.
No, I know it's not. 'Cause you're dead.
Not to cut this stirring family reunion short, but is this the proper field to be having a screaming match in?
Good as any.
What realm is this?
It's a legendary realm.
What happens there?
Legendary
Test it.
shit.
So things that we don't want to draw attention to ourselves from.
Also, you can die in here, so don't go making stupid mistakes.
I am going to assume that is being referenced to everybody else and not me. Because I know my shit, don't I?
You better.
I was sort of under the impression that you could generally die in most of the Umbral realms that you end up in.
You can, not
no,
all
not
of
the
them.
battlefield.
There's
The
places you
battlefield
can
is-
go and not die.
The battlefield, you will not die. You will wish you died, but you will not die.
That one,
Interesting.
that one is gonna be a problem.
Let's be clear. You will
Yes,
die, but you will
makes sense.
come back, and you will die, and you will come back, and you will die.
Sounds
and
like
you will
Old
come
Norse
back.
myths about Valhalla. All right.
Something like that.
Uh,
Except not as fun. Don't worry, we won't be doing anything stupid.
I think it's gonna be based on our shit.
Again. Huh?
Oh yeah, there she is. And Kira points, and you see riding forward from the distance, kind of like shimmering into place, and then rapidly becoming bigger and bigger, is a woman, fair-haired, riding a red horse, bright red in this case, like unnaturally red, with a dress with a slit up the side that would be considered indecent now. So is doubly so in this time period. And she
Nice.
is riding side saddle and sort of rides forward imperiously, and sort of speaking in a sonorous voice that kind of echoes in the back of your all of your minds, and says, "I have a task for my noblest of warriors."
I
Do we
suddenly step behind Wolfric.
while following you as he's asking this question, do we have to listen to this or can we leave?
These are the paragons of our people.
That doesn't answer my question.
We should listen.
Turn head back.
And then I move fully behind Wolfric.
Not hard to do. You can all hide
Yep.
behind Wolfric pretty easily.
Do you accept the charge?
Is this like a? I can't make that joke because it's not relevant. I was gonna say it's like a collect call or it's like, but I can't make that joke.
What's the
do
charge?
Do I get to know what it is?
Says the
before I
only
accept
sane
it?
person in the room right now.
Dapple barks.
I'm sane too.
Sane.
I am perfectly sane. I'm just dealing with an insane great-great-grandmother.
Sane person would have stabbed some fairies.
No. That's what got that's what got us, all of us, in other words, you and me, into this trouble in the first place.
The woman on the horse continues
Yeah.
with the question. The charge is one of honor. I need you to steal a cow.
Wait. How is stealing a cow honorable?
Yeah.
It's
how is
better
stealing-
than mine, and I want it.
So
Like-
it's
So it's not really a matter of honor. It's a matter of. Honestly, that's more of a glory thing.
Is this like a normal cow?
No, it is.
We can just go get you a cow.
Who,
I need all of my Irish characters to make me an intelligence and
Uh-oh.
just so that I know what.
academics.
Just so that we know
Div 6.
who we're talking to. Who are you again?
Queen Maeve. Div 5 now.
Oh,
Oh
fully
god,
unlocked.
she wants us to steal
Oh,
a fucking bowl of
fuck
brown. Are you
me.
kidding me?
The what?
From the Legend of Cuchulainn.
No, no.
Yeah,
What?
you don't need to make the roll anymore.
Wolfric is going what? He's Russian. He doesn't know what the fuck your myths are
Oh,
about.
The fuck
fuck
do you...
me.
You expect us to steal the fucking bowl of brown?
Yes.
Is that a hard task?
Your Majesty,
Is
there
it
are
guarded by
certainly
Cuchulainn?
better people.
Is the bowl of brown currently guarded by Cuchulainn?
No.
Are you lying?
Do
No.
you doubt my veracity? Or
No.
Concerned.
Dapple
Because
No,
if
Your
Ku shows up,
Majesty, we do not.
if Ku shows up, that's one of those stupid things that gets us killed.
then don't get caught.
So it is being guarded by a Cuchulainn. He's just not currently next to it, is what you're saying.
As far as my intelligence has gathered.
And what? Nope, I'm not even gonna ask.
Who is?
That's a good- that's a good- It's good.
I turn to the Irish people. Who is Cuchulainn?
Strongest berserker of legend of Irish myth, took down an entire army single-handedly, took 27 simultaneous right hooks without flinching.
He'll murder us all.
Is he a guru?
I don't know that answer, actually.
Odds are, I'm gonna switch to totem speak really quick. Odds are we are not necessarily dealing with the specific individuals. We are dealing with the idea and the myth of these individuals.
That makes
If
him
we
even
get
more
caught-
dangerous.
If we get caught, he will kill us all.
Then I just won't get caught.
Does it matter if we know the myths of the individual?
No.
No.
Because I know some places in the Umbra isn't total speech. I know some places in the Umbra care about whether or not your perceptions are so and so or whatever. But
No, you don't need you do not need to believe in him. He believes in you.
can we say no?
And if he believes in you, he's going to Riastrad and you're gonna die.
Can we say no?
I don't know. I don't feel comfortable saying no
If
to Queen Maeve.
no, she can't hear.
Yeah,
Never
'cause
mind.
It's all mental. It's all mental. Who's Queen Maeve? You keep saying it like I should know who this is.
I assume it's the woman on the horse.
I get that, but it's you know what I mean. Like more importantly, I guess, who is Queen Maeve?
She was the Queen of Connacht during the Ulster cycle, the period where Cuchulainn was a relevant mythological figure.
She's a warrior queen.
Your boy has 0 dots of occult.
Yeah, that's fair.
Strong-willed, ambitious, cunning, mythologically identified as promiscuous, but it's probably men being jealous.
She's essentially a goddess.
Okay.
Also very good at magic.
Yeah, good at magic, good at fighting.
Good at everything, frankly.
So
I'm
that's
not
just-
gonna
that's-
lie. I'm
that's just-
extremely turned on right now.
So please focus. So if we say no, we're probably going to get killed, and if we say yes, we're probably going to get killed.
I don't think Maeve would kill us, but you don't.
Would she curse our lineage?
How
for
do
a
you feel?
decade?
How do you feel about your renown, Wulfric? Because if we turn down the request of an incredibly powerful spirit like this, we will lose probably a lot of honor and a lot of wisdom.
even if we sort of bumfucked our way into the situation and didn't actually go seeking it out.
Doesn't
Yep.
matter.
He
We were
sighs
fated to
heavily.
be here.
He turns.
Do all of us have to get involved?
Well,
Who is she? Who did she specifically address? Did she
She
address
was
all
kind
of
of
us?
like, yeah, it was like a group.
It was to the
Yes.
pack, yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, we all have to get involved.
I will.
For Aoife, because you might know a little bit more. This is an occult role, intelligence occult.
Okay.
Difficulty 7, just because it's one of the deeper.
Yep. Intelligence occult.
Yep.
Diff 7.
Just to see what you know about how stuff works in here.
2.
Besides what you got. Okay. Yeah. You know that one good thing is that the time you spend here doesn't cause it doesn't time doesn't pass the same here as on Earth, so that can
Right.
be kind of a big difference, but it doesn't time spent here doesn't cause you to like lose your connection to the real world, which means it won't be more difficult to like get back to reality
Okay.
with time spent here. Your great grandmother was right. You if you die here, you die in real life.
Right.
To be able to leave this realm, you have to complete a hero's journey, which means doing something epic, like accepting a task from Queen Maeve or something else. There are maybe other options to get out of this, but
This is our way out of here.
All right.
We have to do this quest to be able to leave.
I will
Correct.
turn. I will turn back then. All right, Queen Maeve, point us in the direction of the cow.
there's also usually like the stories, like the things that are enacted, the legends will sometimes have like frequently have differences to how they play out, and they can play out in different ways. So death
Maybe
is
we'll
no
actually steal the Bull of Brown instead of becoming an
Maybe.
army that Cuchulainn murders.
So yeah, point us in the direction of the cow.
What do we need to
And
know?
a long arm extends out, and she says, "He's fast and
The
wily."
cow or the cow or the guardian?
The cow.
I
Alright.
assume the Guardian is also fast.
Indeed. And y'all head off
Yeah,
in the direction.
going in a direction
right.
to find a brown cow.
I will be back, Gran. Don't wait up.
I'm coming with you,
Then at
young
least
lady.
for... And I'm going to ask you, I'm going to plead with you. And I don't mean this in the insulting way that it's about to sound, but please shut the fuck up. Because if you start yelling
you don't
and
want my
criticize,
advice. You
if
don't want my advice.
no, that was not what I said. What I mean is, when we get there, if you start talking up, you're going to alert people to us, and then we will die.
What do you think I am? Do you think I don't know how to do a cattle raid? Young
Well,
woman.
You do have a history of doing things that are ill-advised.
Over the totem phone. Oh, go ahead.
I'd like to shift into Hispo form while this
Okay.
is.
Yeah. Go ahead. Make your. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
I'm staying in Krynos because
I want
I can't hide in Hispo form either.
I want the 2 dots in Dex for the speed and the 2
Okay.
dots in stamina.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Over the totem phone, given then this is a place that I'm assuming magically reacts to our renown in ways that are
Maybe.
effective to us, I won't be able to. Like, if there's a guardian, I'm going to have to challenge them as an Arun.
You don't have to. We can still sneak around if that's possible. Many great warriors relied on stealth.
Yeah, but
Odysseus.
they weren't Silver Fangs, were they?
No, they had brains.
Exactly, and my people aren't known for theirs.
Be better.
I was about to say Odysseus was part of a group of people who weren't particularly known for their brains. That's why he stood out.
Yeah, that I don't know how this realm works. I'm talking about magical like bullshit
I
forcing my hand.
understand. I understand. All I'm saying is, I don't like Silverfangs. I like you. Be better than them.
I appreciate that. I just don't want me to, by avoiding a challenge, somehow invert myself or whatever this realm will do.
You'll be fine. You don't have. It's the legendary realm, but we make our own legends.
Okay.
We don't have to. We do not have to be bound by our tribal history. There's a quick look. This is again, this is all overtones. A quick look back at Kira, our ancestral history, whatever the case may be.
She's kind of a right bitch, isn't she?
You have to give her some space. She was driven insane by a fae. And it wasn't entirely her fault. Yes, she killed a fae creature, but she didn't realize and she didn't know what it was going to cause.
Is
And
Queen
I mean,
But yes, she is a right bitch.
is Queen
the
Maeve a
Fae
fae?
are not exactly renowned for proportional responses.
No.
Just out of curiosity, is Queen Maeve a fae?
No,
No.
legendary hero queen, not the same as one of the Fae folk.
Functionally, she is probably like an Incarna or a very high-ranking spirit. Functionally to us, no different from a god.
Gotcha.
Similarly, Ku Cullen, if we run into him, will be an unstoppable force of nature, especially if he goes into a Riestrat.
Correct.
Translation.
Don't run
Yeah,
roughly,
into
no.
him.
it roughly translates to warp spasm, and he basically turns inside out into a hulking mass of flesh and rage.
Don't run
If
into
we
the man. Got it.
Oh, so
And
he
if
is,
we
so he
see
is
him,
Krynos.
if we see him, do not fight him. I know that's going to be very hard for you, Wolfric. But do not fight him, because you will die.
Does he have any like legendary weaknesses?
I'm sure I'm sure
He
Ava
had a ban
knows.
on eating the flesh of dogs, and I don't think we're going to be able to get him to do that.
He
He will only
had
murder us, not eat us.
he had one warrior who was not quite his equal, but nearly. They had a duel.
Yeah,
Ferdia.
he had a battle brother by the name of the player. I'm forgetting what his name was.
Ferdiad.
Mm.
Yeah, he had a battle brother by the name of Ferdiad, and they had an epic duel, and he had to use the legendary spear, the Gayborg, to actually kill him, but bad times had by all.
And then he mourned a whole lot,
I
and it was extremely gay.
mean, it was the Gayborg that he had to
Yeah.
use to kill him.
Well,
But yeah, there's that.
We have been raided by the Summoners Network.
Welcome. Hello.
Interesting time for that.
Mm.
All right, so yeah, we're wolf pack hunting for the Bull of Brown.
What can legitimately overtone and speaks? What could go wrong?
Everything.
Everything.
And you start walking in that direction. Immediately, the terrain around you shifts to familiar ones. To Eileen, you've been back to the home country a little bit.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've been to the Highlands.
yeah. The ground begins to have more variety in its ups and downs. And you see on a hill above you fencing. And beyond that, a shadow of a massive bull occasionally blots out the sun.
Oh yeah, staying in Krynos form.
Yeah.
I'm not. I
You are,
am very much in Hamid.
yeah. You are currently far away from it. But if you would like to approach, let me know if you're doing that quietly or not.
I would like to use paranoia.
Yeah.
Uh,
Beautiful.
Perception awareness difficulty 7. A single success is
Yeah.
all that's needed. It says awareness, but awareness isn't a skill
Uh,
in this. So
no, I think it'd be alertness.
Yeah.
It'd be alertness,
Yeah.
yeah, at that point.
That might be from a different
Yeah.
version.
Perception
keep
alertness
going.
difficulty 7.
Yep.
A single success is all that's needed to determine the number of opponents in the area. 2 reveals the type of
Excellent.
opponents, while 3 or more reveals progressively more detailed information. The effects of this gift last for a scene. We all have this ability. I might suggest we all do it.
Yeah, but probably not all at once.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do mine first.
hmm you do still have the bonus
Yeah, 'cause
from
I've still got
Stormcrow.
Yeah, because I've got the bonus. That's why I was gonna do it first.
Sorry, what is it that we are doing?
You don't have to, but Wolfric is using Paranoia, the pack ability.
The gift that we all get from the pack.
Yeah, the
Oh.
gift. Yeah. Which can be used by multiple people at once. It's not one of the
3 successes.
Beautiful.
So with 3 successes, I'll get to know the number of opponents in the area, the types of opponents, and 1 stage further more detailed information.
Okay. Excellent. So up there, you do indeed have the great brown bull. Except for this
Yeah.
time it is a cow.
That'd be the
This is the first
Duncooner.
variation. It is a spirit, though. You can tell it's not an actual physical beast. It is a shimmerling,
Okay.
Okay.
something that can shapeshift.
And do I have any sense of any other opponents in the area? Or is it just the one?
Just the one.
For now.
So yeah, just deep, well, I mean, because like if Kukulkan was like around the corner, that would be considered still the area.
Yes.
I assume.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
So yeah, big like sniff on the wind while activating the gift, and then just nothing else around except for the bull, but it's a shimmerling,
Right.
and it can shapeshift. So what are the odds the bull
Shimmerlings
turns?
can, yes.
What are the odds the bull turns into Kukulkan?
Unlikely. Possible, but unlikely.
So then, do we just sneak up on it and grab it and throw it over our shoulder and run?
No, that's not going to go well.
I don't know the protocol for stealing things, so please educate me.
Well, this will
He says
specifically be
entirely
a cattle.
seriously.
This will specifically be a cattle raid rather than a traditional theft. So,
So Shimmerlane, I can talk to it. Convince it to come with us. I can try anyways.
If it's what's the legend of the brown bull? That should give us some clues as to what the approach should be, right?
In theory, yes.
I mean, the Duncooner is.
This one is a cow, by the way, not a bull.
Yeah.
Should someone make a roll and then
No,
Mara
no.
just tell us what the rather than us googling it?
No. I know what it is. I was thinking, and Ava just laughs for about a good solid minute, and like, no, that's a terrible idea. Um, let's let's again. We can.
I mean, the origins of the Dunkulna are a lot more put into legend than the actual details about it, other than the fact that it was an extremely fertile stud that was fought over a lot because people value their cows, apparently.
Which
Right.
doesn't matter here because it's a cow, not a bull.
What kind of are there any guards whatsoever?
Just the bull
Just the bull?
or cow.
Yeah.
If there were any guards, I would have sensed them. Which means then that in the scenario, either the guards don't appear until after the action begins, or that the cow is itself the guard. Hence my asking what are the odds that it turns into Kukulkan itself.
That would be unlikely.
Because this isn't, strictly speaking, the legend, right? It's a remix, a retelling.
Yes.
Something like that.
Someone spinning a plate and going, what if X happened instead?
Frankly, I'd almost rather that be the case. Because that would mean that Myth is looking for the clan. Fuck it, let's try and lure it off the hill.
All right. Go and talk to it. I guess we'll back you up. And if it needs to be grabbed, let me know and I'll run in.
Unless we've got better idea.
I'm completely out of my element, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I know the myths, but
I mean, we could also,
I'm not the kind of person that you see as a heroic figure in Irish myth.
If it's acting as a cow, we could just be wolves and chase it off.
You're not wrong. But it's also a shapeshifter. My concern is if we do this aggressively, it's gonna fly away. It's gonna turn into something and fly away. And then we'll be fucked.
Are there
everyone can give me.
Are there any were cows?
No, not that I am aware.
Not
that I am aware of.
Intelligence and occult difficulty 7, because
I have no
you
doubts
have
in
for the record,
one
these
dot
are
in intelligence.
rare spirits.
This is gonna be this might be the wildest things that I have ever said on this stream. Ava's plan is to try and flirt the bull off the hill.
It is a cow.
And lure it to come regardless.
You don't know if the cow's gay.
Lure it off to chase after, and then y'all better stop it before it gets to me, because I will start running away to lead it back to where it is. Intelligence occult.
Yep, diff 7.
Diff 7. 2.
Excellent. So thinking through this and thinking through what you all know of Chimmerlings. None of you have, okay, there's just Juniper. You've got enough successes. Okay. None of you have encountered them like at all. They're very rare, like in the more closer to reality parts of the Umbra. And Aoife, you basically know that they can be quite dangerous
Uh-huh.
and a little bit tricky. Juniper, you have read about these or heard about them. Um, Shimmerlings, the when they shapeshift, I mean, they're still dangerous. Don't get me wrong. They're still powerful spirits, higher than the average one. But that doesn't change what they can and cannot do. Though in the in the deeper umbra like this, there is a lot they can do. So either this bull is always has the stats of Cucullin, or it cannot turn into Cucullin.
Okay.
I don't
From what
think
you
it,
know of.
yeah.
Yeah, she'll pass that on then.
So if it is Cucullin in disguise as a bull, then it's always Cucullin even when it's a bull.
Mm-hmm.
And
Or at least it's always as dangerous as a Cucullin equivalent.
are there stories of Cucullin disguising himself as animals?
No, he took the role of a dog once. That's how he got his name.
The
So
Hound.
there is a story of Cucullin disguising himself as an animal.
He didn't disguise himself. He literally laid down outside someone's door
Yeah.
like a hound
Yes, but if
and
we
acted as their hound until another one was found.
But it
recall
was
these
still
are,
him.
recall these are spirits, right?
Right.
And that the
We
story
are
could be
speaking
twisted.
we are speaking in metaphors and we are speaking in legends and
So if
all of that kind of
if the
stuff.
story is that he became someone's hound,
Then he became someone hound. You're correct.
then he
Which
can't
gives
turn into
strong guru
animals.
implications, obviously. Although this will not be a guru, this will be a spirit. There is a difference
Though-
between the two, even if it takes guru form.
Yes. So if it's not Cucullin, we could convince it one of us is.
That seems dangerous unless we know it is or not, or isn't.
I mean, if it
I
is
say if we
if
try
it,
if we try that angle and it is Cucullin, we just get murdered.
if it is Cucullin and we try basically anything, he pops out and he attacks us. If it isn't Cucullin, we have the opportunity to steal it. And given that this is the legendary realm, I'm going to assume we were given a task, we have the opportunity to succeed. Unless I'm
We
wrong.
Yeah,
should.
it
It should be possible.
theoretically success should be within the cards.
So if success is possible, then it can't be Cucullin. Unless we can kill Cucullin.
Unless, yes, we happen to be in possession of the things required to kill Cucullin.
That said, if we kill Cucullin, if we kill that bull, we've failed in our task.
So it's not Cucullin. That has to be. It has to not be Cucullin for us to succeed.
You're using logic in the Umbra, and I
know.
appreciate the
It's.
audacity.
I understand, but this is a realm that has rules, right?
Yes, you are correct.
So we have to
This
be
is
able
this
to
is one
suss
of
out
the Umbro
rules.
realms where things are more concrete. So there is that.
Someone's approaching.
Every realm
Fences
has
outside.
every
Up
realm
the hill.
has rules. It's just that we do not have the capacity to comprehend some of the realm's rules.
Right, now let's see who that is. See, looking over towards the person approaching the
Yep.
fence.
Ah, right.
Up on the
Good.
hill. Far
Good.
away from you all.
Yeah, looking to see.
We'll see if he notices you there.
Paranoia lasts for the scene, by the way. So I
Yes.
would still have. I would know.
This is another spirit. It
Okay.
is one of Gaia. It is a Luna.
Okay.
And its current form is.
Cucullin.
All right. I've confirmed.
Fun.
I've confirmed that the bull is not
He's
Cucullin.
pacing.
That is.
Yeah. Yes, we have all confirmed
Well, I'm
that
the only one with
because
paranoia
we
up,
have.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm the only one with paranoia up.
Yeah,
so
but
I'm
we-
the only one that gets the instant. Like,
But
Yeah,
you
but
can
we
all
can
see-
see.
Yeah.
We've all
You-
confirmed it, Wolfric,
Distinct.
because we have eyes.
Yes, the time knife. We've all seen it.
All right. Plan has changed.
All right.
If we're gonna be stealing
Somebody needs to distract Cuchulainn.
Why
Cullen, or you could
distract
go
and
and
why
try
not
and get,
wait for him to
some
fuck
magic
off
items
again?
to defeat him, or there's many options here.
All right.
Why distract and not wait for him to fuck off again?
Because that could take 20 years. Unlikely, but it could.
All right. I'll distract him, and you all get the.
We don't know how
bowl.
long he's going to be there. Or do you?
I don't fucking.
Not with 3 successes
No.
on the paranoia.
Yeah, no. I don't know how long he'll be here. I just know that it's him. It's a Luna, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
A guiding
Correct.
spirit, a Luna,
Mhm.
if that means anything to
Yes,
you.
it's a Jagling spirit. It's
Relative power to me.
it's a moon spirit.
I don't
The
know.
good
go fight
news
the moon.
is the good news is loons generally like us.
Okay.
The
It's-
bad news is don't think you can order it around.
No, but it's a Jagling. Does that like relative power? What is that?
Jaglings are lower. We're not dealing
Jagling-
with our Incarna or anything.
A
like
Jagling
that.
is a thing. A Jagling is a thing that we can theoretically fight and kill. I wouldn't recommend it considering this one's taking the form of a legendary warrior. It's probably got more battle prowess than your average Jagling.
And I've got more battle prowess than your average guru, but
Ugh.
I distract. You all take the bull.
No. You are going to be able to get the. You're going
Cullen's
to be
petting the
able-
bull.
Yes, likes the bull.
Scritch, scritch on the ears.
You are going to be able to potentially, if it comes down to it, pick the thing up and run.
Couple tons.
I can talk to Cuchulainn. It is a spirit I'm the
mean-
one who can talk to.
It's a spirit in a human form. I think we all could probably talk to it.
Maybe not. It's hard to tell.
Yeah,
But
a couple times. I've got 9 dots of strength. That's
Just-
I think
just
that,
for-
I think that's enough to pick up a couple tons.
Mhm, mhm.
Just for humor in me, you wouldn't happen to be able to land 27 simultaneous right hooks?
Yes.
not simultaneous.
No, not simultaneous.
You have 2 hands, 2 feet, and a tail. That's
Yeah, and
5.
your rage, the amount of rage you can spend on a single turn is limited by either your wits or your
Look,
You're good,
dexterity as you
Wulfric, you're
fall
not
over
that
your own
good.
feet, or
I may not have understood what you meant by simultaneous. I may have thought
Yeah.
you meant continuous,
Mm,
like 25 in a row.
Right.
Yeah.
Concurrent.
Yeah.
there we
Consecutive.
go. English is
Consecutive, yes.
his second
Consecutive,
language.
sorry.
English is Wulfric's
Um,
second language.
Yes, English is Wolfric.
This is an understandable mistake. Third language, even.
Yeah, 'cause say first is Russian, then second is Guru, and then third is English.
Well, the guru is first.
Well, he's born a Hamid, so we would have learned Russian first.
Yeah, but pure breed.
That's fair.
You're not gonna be some normal guy living a normal life, getting a surprise by that. No.
I'm just picturing a 4-year-old
Incorrect.
like learning to growl and grunt before he learns English.
Yes. Were you raised by wolves? Yes.
Um,
So the plan, as I'm hearing it,
is apparently
Is-
for not me to distract.
I don't feel like you're going to distract in any way that's other than try to kill him.
I mean, I could challenge him.
And
to-
I'll
I
be
could challenge
honest-
him to a physical feat. He sounds like the kind of guy that wouldn't back down from a challenge.
I mean, you're not wrong.
And
I
if
was
I
gonna
challenge him,
him to a physical feat too, just a very different one.
I remembered this. I remember that part of the myth. He's real weak to that, actually.
Yes, he is.
Dapple just sort of does the whole golden retriever head tilt thing.
so does Wolfric.
Let's just say that Cuchulainn was that Cuchulainn, while he definitely loved his wife, was famous for his many affairs.
Oh, are you going to make him eat dog meat?
Jesus Christ!
We're wolves, not dogs. I don't know that it counts.
Oh shit!
Also, you did say it was very gay. In that case, shouldn't I be the one?
Oh, all right. Sorry, I needed a minute.
I do have 4 dots of charisma.
That's the plan, yes.
So as plans are formulated and finalized, that is where we're going to end for the week.
That's a good place. I think that's a good place to end on it. Yeah. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.